Hey YouTube, welcome to the Amazing Spider-Man number 33 review. So we're going to jump in and we're picking up where we left off from issue 32, where Spider-Man has been infused with the sins of Norman Osborn. And so that's kind of where we pick up. And we see this kind of dark, brooding Spider-Man, and we see a little spider come up here and he squashes it. And he's basically having some bad thoughts. He's feeling, these crazy thoughts running through his head, and he kind of likes it. And so here is the, like I said, Zeb Wells writing. We have Patrick Gleason on art, and that's kind of where we'll jump in. And we see Norman Osborn is looking for Peter. He's concerned. He knows what has happened to him, that his sins, that Peter's been bonded with the sins of Norman's past. And so he certainly has concern for him. And then we see Kraven. We cut back to Kraven, and he is preparing for battle because he knows now that Spider-Man is going to be coming after him after what has happened, where he was trying to return the sins to Norman Osborn, and Spider-Man intervened. And we see now Spider-Man, Peter Parker, donning the black suit, and we see this kind of classic Kraven. But then we see Spider-Man inject Kraven with something. So it's certainly unusual for Spider-Man to be on the offensive here. And we see, he's drugged him, and we see Kraven almost hallucinating, and we see this, pretty sinister looking Spider-Man. And so he's, tracking down Kraven here, and we see him going through and basically, putting a little bit of a beat down on him, and basically taunting him, with his words, saying he's going to do what he did to him, bury him alive. So pretty, like I said, pretty unlike Spider-Man. But, when he has the sins of Norman Osborn running through his head and body, all bets are off. And so we kind of see him, kind of cackling and laughing like we have seen with the Green Goblin. And again, this is just, Spider-Man hunting Kraven and kind of taking him down into the sewers of New York City. And we see Vermin, who in the past has, crossed paths with Kraven, and Kraven, inflicted some harm on them, and they can see that they, recognize who he is. And this is kind of, like I said, pretty evil of Spider-Man to throw him in with Venom, with Venom, and kind of let them have their way with Kraven for a little while, because he is still kind of drugged up and feeling the effects of the injection. And so Vermin's really start to kind of pummel Kraven, but Spider-Man, says, "Hey, stop! He's mine." And you can see he's kind of inflicting some damage. He's really not pulling punches like we would normally see Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man is a pretty powerful strength-wise, but oftentimes kind of will pull some of his punches. But when we see Spider-Man dragging off Kraven, and then we end with him basically throwing him in a coffin, and with his rifle, his hunting rifle, and we see here, and then basically burying him alive. Very similar to kind of a reverse role of the last hunt that we saw, where Kraven was hunting Spider-Man and buried him alive. And so that's where the story leaves off, and I think we conclude next issue. But again, this has been a really a nice little run for Zeb Wells. Issue 30, starting 31, 32, 33. I think it concludes next issue. But really done well. Zeb Wells really has done a nice little job with this, much better than some of his previous, storylines. So, again, we see this evil Spider-Man something that we're not accustomed to, right? He's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not the edgy Spider-Man that we saw in this issue. So overall, I'm going to go with 4 web heads for this issue. Thought it was done really well. Artwork, Gleason's artwork, Zeb Wells' story writing, done really well. So let me know what you thought of this issue if you're reading along with Amazing Spider-Man. If not, what about my reviews? Let me know. And we'll see you again for issue 34. Thanks for watching.